All right. The other final four in my watch playoff series for Casio watches in 2024. And these are the two that survived to make it to the final four. Both digital watches, surprisingly, considering I have a pretty good mix of watches. Right here we have representing Pro Trek, my first Pro Trek, the PRG-30, going up against the, well, what I think is, it's the most, this is the watch I've worn the most since getting watches. It is a W86. I think it's the best digital resin looking watch. But I'm gonna put these two against each other just to see what it's like. I made review videos. This is not really a review. This is more like a heads up battle between these two and just my thoughts. I don't really like to wear watches as I'm talking about them, but for this video, because I'm gonna be back and forth, I'm gonna just hold them for now. So let's first start with the Pro Trek. This one is so much easier to read. I know it's a hiking watch. I know it's an outdoorsy watch. It has ABC, altimeter, barometer, compass. It has solar. It has, I think, 10 bar, 100 meters of water resist. I know it's a hiking watch, but I don't use it as a hiking watch. It's so comfortable. The strap is great. The back is great. I don't use this as a hiking watch. I've been using it primarily as a around the house watch, and it's probably overkill because I'm just doing chores and things. But this watch has grown on me so much since I've gotten it that it makes sense that these two would end up together, because this is the one. This is the watch it has to dethrone for my everyday most worn watch. But I'm liking this one, and this one is getting close. Just speaking about visibility, because that's really what I'm looking for, visibility at night for an everyday watch. Yeah, the water resist is great, and all those other features are nice, but primarily when I go to sleep, you know, I have young kids. When I wake up in the middle of the night and I gotta go bathroom or, you know, whatever, they need me, I gotta know what time it is. And maybe other people don't need to know what time it is, but I need to know what time it is. And this watch does it easier than this watch. Again, this one is nice and subtle. The light works wonderfully. But this one is so much easier to read, and also with the auto light feature, sometimes I gotta turn it off, but frankly, most of the time it works out great. I can just turn my wrist over and the light pops up. I don't have it on now. And that's an important feature because I know it's in the middle of the night. I have a really hard time pushing this button. That's one thing that I don't have any problem. I know the light button on this one is here, boom, easy to read. It is there. This one, you push it, I might get it, you know, maybe one out of every 3 or 4 tries. Most of the time I'm missing it or I'm not pushing it correctly. The light also lasts longer on this one. So, in thinking about these watches, that's what I consider. Downsides though is it is thick. It is a thick watch. It's light, relatively light, but it's thick. So in comparison to like the W86, this one is thin, it's light, it's enough, right? But I think if I had to actually compare these two watches, again, I wear this one the most, but this is the up and comer. I know it. This is the up and comer because the fact that it has the auto light, it's easy to read. And frankly, sleeping wise, when I'm putting it on my wrist and I sleep, it's fine. This one, obviously, less of a footprint, it's smaller, it's lighter, but this one is okay. And I'm surprised by how comfortable the strap is on this one. As a hiking watch, great job. I mean, Casio did a wonderful job putting this all together because it is very comfortable. And I can imagine on those tough, long hikes, you're gonna wanna watch that is comfortable. I've only taken this out on long walks, again, 90-degree walks, being outside, you know, for maybe 30 minutes. It handles sweat very well. So, but again, for my use case, I know this is not what the watch is meant for. This is supposed to be the outdoorsy watch. I got other Pro Treks though that I'm looking at that will fulfill that hiking watch if I ever needed it. This will not be the hiking watch. This will be possibly the at-home everyday watch, just because of how comfortable it is. It fits well, it looks good, and it just has a lot of great features. It is an upgrade, I think personally, to this one because of the light. Yeah, there's other stuff too, but because of the light, for my use purposes, it's gonna be this one. And yeah, and maybe that will mean that the W86 now gets less wrist time. I mean, it has a lot of wrist time. I haven't calculated, but just saying, it has a lot of wrist time. But this watch is just so legible. It's so nice to use, and the added light feature, it's just great. I mean, solar, all that good stuff. I'm really glad that I got this. Having not looked at Pro Trek really, and this is my first Pro Trek, Was worried about the size because I got a 6¼ inch wrist. I was like, oh no, is it gonna be too huge? No, this is a wonderful, wonderful watch. The only way they could make it more perfect is if they added like a sapphire glass on it or something like that. But other than that, I think the display visibility is fine. I know some people are so like weirded out, like I can't read it, and oh, there you go, you know, like they have to have it viewed from all angles. I'm like, no, I can turn my wrist up, it's fine. I just need to be able to read it. So I think this watch is great, and I wish they had these more available in the US. I had to get this from Japan. But this is a wonderful watch, and yep, it moves on. Surprisingly, it's going to the finals. So thanks for watching.